Good morning, everybody. It's Shelly. Today I just wanted to talk about a brand that I found. So I just want to say that when I am outsourcing and if I find something that looks like quality or has an interesting style or tag, I will look it up because I love finding out about new brands. So one of the brands that I found in the last few months, I think I found it over the summer at the bins, I found two pairs of pants. The brand was called Vollebak, I think is how it's pronounced. It's Vollebak. And it is a hardcore hiking and camping gear, I believe. I read up on the two founders of the brand, and they started out like camping out in the desert in extreme heat, extreme cold, and realized that there wasn't a clothing brand out there that really helps with all of those elements. And so they built their own clothing brand around that. These items retail anywhere from like $300 to $500 up until $3,500 for one piece for a jacket or a pair of pants. So the two pairs of pants that I found, one was a pair of joggers that was just this really heavy duty pair of jogger pants, and the other one was just a pair of pants, but the pants were super heavy, and when looking it up, it had titanium or something like that in the fabric. And so you can go and look at the brand, you can go look at their website and see all of their items. I encourage you to do it. These items were just in a picked over bin at the Goodwill Outlet, and I grabbed them. And just how I shop when I'm at the Goodwill Outlet is we have carts. We have like shopping carts. Some locations don't, but we have shopping carts. So everything that I know that I'm going to buy, I put in the big part of the shopping cart, and everything I want to look up, I put in the little seat where you would put your toddler, and I just keep piling that up until I probably have like 10 things in there, and then I'll stop somewhere out of the way and look all those things up. And a majority of the time, they just get thrown back into the bin, but if they're interesting, I want to see what they are, or if there's like a certain style or a brand I've never heard of. It's just super helpful in finding these gems that everybody else overlooks, because everybody else is looking for, the normal brands that everybody's looking for. Arc'teryx, Patagonia, Free People, Aritzia, Anthropology, all of those brands. But there are these gems out there that if you stop and look them up and go through the bins that have been picked over, you're gonna find these things. So what I came here to tell you is, so I listed those two pairs of pants. I listed them for $200 a piece. Granted, when I averaged out my cost of goods, it's usually between $1.20 and $1.30 each. So even saying that I bought these for $1.50 when I averaged out the cost of goods for that haul, I listed them for $200 each. The first one sold literally, I think it was within 2 days for $200, no questions asked. They just paid for it. And then and that was the one with the titanium, or had something cobalt, or I don't remember. It had some major material in it that was pretty intense. Anyways, the second item was the joggers, and they took a little bit longer to sell. I just sold them last week, and they sold for $116. And how I run my business, because most of the time I source from the Goodwill Outlet and my cost of goods are so low that I'm able to constantly bring things down. So that started out at $200, and then about once a week I drop it in price by usually 10%, so that both of them sold on Poshmark. I had them cross-listed on eBay, but they did not sell on eBay. I looked at the comps, the comps, the sell-through rate. It's like 180 listed and about 103 sold. So it's probably in that, about a 60% sell-through rate with that. I mean, I'm just, averaging or whatever, but, so I was still super happy. The one sold immediately and the one took a little longer, but $1.50 into $200 and $1.50 into $116. And of course that's gross, then there's the fees, but my cost of goods is so low that I'm able to do that. And if you live near an outlet and you have access to that, I highly encourage going and doing that. And so you're just going to find all kinds of gems. I just found a couple t-shirts. One is by Redone, so it's RE/DONE. And you might know these brands, but I'm just putting this out there for people that don't. It was a Ford Mustang shirt, and it was done like a 1970s, 1960s t-shirt. It was even single stitch, but I'm pretty sure it was a modern reproduction. And I sold that one for $45. And then there was another one that was by Daydreamer, and it had a cowgirl on a horse that was rearing up, like a total Western kind of novelty t-shirt. And that one also sold for really good money like that. I think I had the Mustang shirt originally listed for $75 and it went for like $45, I believe. And the other one, I want to say I had listed for like $45 and it went for like $25 or $30, which is still really good for just a basic t-shirt that you find at the bins. So look those things up, you guys. When you're out there at the bins, look at every item, because a John Varvatos t-shirt that's just plain looks just like a Walmart or Fruit of the Loom t-shirt when you're just digging through the bins. But when you look at those tags, you will find some amazing stuff. So this is just me reminding you to look up the new brands, find the gems, and have a blast sourcing, because you will find some good stuff to sell. And I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.